My name is Yakira. I am a developer and consultant at a software consultancy called ThoughtWorks. I use Sandstorm and admire it a lot, and I hack on SandForms with a lot of cool thought workers and some other people. So when I was thinking about this talk, I was thinking about things I wish I would have known before jumping into SandForms. I knew about Sandstorm already, and when Jack approached me and was like, we should develop an app for, some of you know Jack Singleton, another thought worker. He was like, yeah, Sandstorm is really cool, and we should develop an app for Sandstorm. And I said, yeah, that. Jack is a person whose enthusiasm is very infectious for me, and I was like, yes, of course. Like, I don't know all the details of that, but let's do it. And so I thought, like, yeah, I wish like I was familiar with Meteor before starting to build a Meteor app, but that wasn't the main thing. I would remind myself that small and simple apps that work have value, and that's not a mind-blowing statement. It's very obvious, and a lot of the apps available on Sandstorm are small and simple and do their jobs really well. But in the beginning, so SandForms was an idea that we pitched to the ThoughtWorks office as an office-wide project. We wanted a bunch of consultants involved in hacking on it while they had time. And so like, we really kind of hyped this up, I think, in the beginning. We were like, yeah, we want to build a Forms application, and we want it to be an alternative to Google Forms, and we want it to be the Forms application that people decide to use when they want to use one. And it can be overwhelming to think about all the features that Forms applications like, well, Google Forms, but also things like Typeform have. So we said, okay, like, what is the simplest Forms application we can make? Allow people to define prompts and questions with text, and allow them to share the form, and allow people to respond with text answers. So SandForms, we released SandForms into the App Store in November of last year, and this is what it looks like. It's just really simple. You say, you create prompts. You can delete them if you want, as many questions as you like, and then the responses show up here in this view. And then you just share the form out. When someone receives the form, then they get a responsive view that looks like this. And then the responses show up in this table. You can also export this. Yeah, so you want to have a simple app, and you want to get something out there because it's better to get feedback on something that actually exists instead of this large idea that you have. So we've been using the feedback we're getting on SandForms, and people are using it, so that's cool. But we're using that feedback to drive out features, to fix things, to question design decisions that we made in the beginning. Like people really want to change this when they look at SandForms. They say, I want to change this title. This doesn't make sense to me, and we say okay. Like, and now
just not having a title there at all, just content.
Yeah, that's true. We could also just remove the title, but people are pretty used to having a title there. But maybe until we get the ability to change that, we should just remove it. Also, we realized
what the brain title is for.
Yeah, exactly. But we do a lot of testing and getting feedback from people who are not familiar with Sandstorm, and so that's what we hear from them. We've also realized that for a lot of people, this responses view, especially when there's a lot of questions on a form, isn't that useful. They'd rather export it, or they'd rather have the data in a spreadsheet that that's online and that they can use to collaborate with other people. Okay. And Sandstorm is a great home for any apps that you want to develop. So that's it.